Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be looking at the free-to-play KAHSERAL and the Pride Troopers. I still never get over that name. I know a lot of the names from Dragon Ball are food puns, and some of them are like sound dumber than others, but this one is this one's pretty bad. So this guy is pretty good for a free-to-play unit, especially in longer form events. Obviously very much designed to be on the Universe 11 team. Infinitely stacks defense on their super attack, and then their passive is attack and defense 80%. Pretty good for a free-to-play unit. Then they get an additional 40% when there is another Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn, and then they also give Universe 11 category allies 1 key and 30%. So that includes themselves. So obviously if you stack up all those buffs, they're getting around 150% as long as they're on rotation with another Universe 11 unit. So we're running as close to a full Universe 11 team as I can. I brought my Goku as the leader just because he has Universe Survival Saga attack and defense 170%. Because I don't have the LR JIREN, so we're just going to keep him floating off in the third spot. And then I did also bring the SSR version because he has a different name, just because he is actually the best link partner. I put some orbs into him, but I didn't want to waste too many physical orbs. He's actually the best link partner for this guy other than the Int Topo, the new one from Jiren's banner, who I didn't pull. So we're going to jump in and just have a look and see what we can do. So on this rotation, he has 4 links active. No support unit other than obviously the little bit of support that he provides himself. So we'll see how we can do here on the first turn. Obviously by using Goku as the leader, we are going to see the same kind of attack stats that we would see if we were running our own LR JIREN to run like the proper full Universe 11 team. So 1.1, that's not bad, especially when you consider that they are more of a support unit. And then obviously because they infinitely stack defense, they're kind of designed to be used in those longer events where you're going to be able to get them up to some pretty high numbers in terms of defense as you get closer to the end. So LR JIREN getting the additional, just going off here. Managed to find a rainbow guest friend, so pretty decent damage from him. Obviously he didn't have a ton of links active. We'll float him off onto this rotation. What we'll do is we'll get him linked up with the other JIREN. And then I guess for now we really want to float off the SSR version of KAHSERAL so we can get them put together. So we'll go ahead and do this. And then once we get this rotation come around again, I will float off Topo. Because one of the best rotations, even though obviously the full power JIREN links really well with STR JIREN, one of the best rotations for him is really with the God Topo. But because God Topo is the only other support unit on this rotation, I want to get him floating in the third spot so we can see what his buff does overall for the KAHSERAL Pride Troopers unit. So we'll keep floating off the Goku. I'm pretty sure he doesn't get any extra links from him. No. But we'll go ahead and put you there. So what is their defense? I didn't check their defense turn 1. But just under 100k. So obviously that's the thing with free-to-play units, even if they are stackers, is they do take a little while longer to build up than some of the summonable units. But obviously the trade-off, I guess, is if you're using more free-to-play or lower level units on the team, it's going to take you longer to get through the event anyway. So I guess they have more of an opportunity to build up that defense. So hey, get the dodge from Dispo, let's go. And then yeah, 1.1. So obviously because they don't stack their attack at all, unless we have any other support, their attack stat isn't going to change. But obviously on the next turn around for them, we are going to have the SSR, so they are going to get, I think they have the exact same link set. The only difference is obviously the TUR has Shattering the Limit, and since they don't really need key and they're not link leveled yet, that's not going to make a huge amount of difference. So we'll go ahead and do this. Then we can grab all of these orbs for JIREN. So he's going to absolutely destroy. And then, yeah, because of God Topo's passive, the enemy is being defense lowered, which means that full power JIREN is going to have the attacks effective against all types activated. So, yeah, 6.87 million for him. So yeah, that JIREN is a big nasty boy. When you have double 170 attack leads, that is pretty crazy. So God Topo easily going to be able to come in and finish off Magetta here. So, yeah, Universe 11 versus Universe 6. Although, like I say, Goku is just kind of there just to give us that extra bit of leader skill. Because you can use the STR Jiren as the leader, because he has a 150 leader skill. But then, the only other option, I could have brought the SSR version of Topo, but again, he's a unit much like the SSR version of KAHSERAL that like I hadn't put any orbs into until today. And I wanted to get the higher leader skill, because obviously those of you out there who did pull the Jiren, this is the kind of rotation that you'll be able to get. So, yeah, they have the full link set other than Shattering the Limit the same, which is cool. So his defense is now 170k. I'm assuming that some of these must be defensive links. I haven't actually double checked. Let's go and have a look, because they're obviously not leveled, so they're not getting their full bonuses. But Hero of Justice is attack. Is signature pose defense? Key and attack. Supreme Warrior is key and attack. Cold Judgment is defense. Oh, defense 21%. Okay, yeah, that's going to be the one that's making the big difference. I should have spotted that on the list. I know Cold Judgment is a defense link, but... Alright, well, let's put him in slot 1. We do have type disadvantage, but we got nearly 200k defense. So once we get God Topo on the rotation, especially because we are building defense with every super attack as well, we are easily going to have over 200k defense. So... pretty good there from them. I think that's the only big problem is if you didn't pull the Int Topo, if you really want to maximize their links, then you have to use this guy, and he's pretty bad. I know he's only like, what was it, like 59%. I basically just filled out some of his bits and then gave him like the star abilities, but I mostly just gave him dodge and then crit, because I'll probably never use him again. Like even when I eventually pull Jiren and can actually run like the proper Universe 11 team, I can't really see myself using him very much, but... yeah, I figured for the sake of this we'd give him some dodge just in case he ends up getting us killed during this run. But we should do okay. We've got around 400k HP, which isn't bad considering we have 2 free-to-play units and one of them is an SSR. And of course the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku gives 170 to attack and defense and only 130 to HP. So slightly lower overall than we could have on possible other team builds, but... should be all good here. And obviously again, this is kind of the perfect event to use the KAHSERAL unit in because of the infinite stacking. The SSR version doesn't have the infinite stacking. It literally just has supreme damage on the super attack. So obviously in most cases, I don't think most people are ever going to bother doing that anyway, but there's really like no situation where running the SSR is actually worth it. So yeah, now with God Topo on rotation, we have 230k defense. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And then this will be the highest attack stat turn that we can see out of them. So, let's see what we're going to get here. 1.5. I mean, that's not terrible, all things considered, but obviously this is their best rotation. So, if you are going to run this unit, like obviously once you farmed them up, if you're going to rainbow them or put any orbs into them or whatever, really you're only going to use them on a Universe 11 team as a 3rd slot floater. So, you don't really need to worry too much about their links and what their attack stat's going to be and all that kind of stuff. The only thing is that I guess works as a bonus is if you want to jump into a longer form event. Obviously the fact that they have infinite defense stacking, by the time you get to the end of that event, their defense is hopefully going to be decent enough that they then just don't get you killed, because obviously that's always been the biggest problem with support units, especially free to play ones, is when they don't have the best defense overall. You take them into a hard event and then they can end up getting clapped in that 3rd spot and just getting you killed. So the big difference, of course, remember as well, if you're going to keep them as a 3rd slot floating unit, they won't get to super as much as if they were a main rotation unit. So they're obviously not going to get to build up their defense as quickly. So I think the best strategy for them really is, say you're going to take like the Universe 11 team into the Legendary Goku event or something like this, Infinite Dragon Ball History. What I would say you probably want to do is keep them on main rotation for at least the first like half of the event, something like that, so that they can actually get that stacking. And then you can, as you get like a certain way through, once they hit, I don't know, like 200k defense or something like that, then you can just push them off into the 3rd slot. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Dokkan attack here with them. We don't have a support unit on the rotation, so they're at what, just under 1.3 thanks to the links. That's still pretty good, but of course that involves having to run the SSR. They have decent links with the other Universe 11 units, but like I said, if you didn't pull the Int Topo, then you're never really going to be able to maximize their links. But as I say, their main role is kind of going to be a third slot supporting unit, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So no crit, so we do 1,000,000 damage. I think, was it next turn we'll have, I think, Dispo in the final slot. I want to see what their final defense stat is going to be once we actually have Topo back on rotation with them. So a blue Kaioken Goku finishing off Kaba here. Then we can move on. Well, I guess actually it's going to be quite a few turns till we get to see their. I think we might as well go ahead and do this. Why not? Okay, so this is like the best rotation for JIREN as well, especially if we put him in the middle. He has all of his links except legendary power active. So we'll do this. And then how many orbs can we get? Only 4 either way. Oh, well, that gives him 23 key. That's pretty good. So let's see how much crazy damage this guy can do. So this is the Rainbow Friend full power JIREN on his best possible turn on this team. Double 170 leads when it comes to the attack. So yeah, this attack stat's going to be pretty insane. The only way it could have been any better is if we'd got him 24 keys, so he'd have his full multiplier, but still, it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, okay, yeah. 8.75, alright. Big boy damage coming in here from the JIREN. Although, of course, unfortunately, because I don't think we're at the point in the event, I don't think Kale can be defense lowered. So we're not getting the super effective against all types. So even though we had a crazy high attack stat, because we didn't crit, we got type disadvantage. So we didn't actually do that much damage, which is kind of funny. But I guess at least next turn we got the KAHSERAL units are going to have type advantage. So what's his defense now? 265. Yeah, so by the next time we have the God Topo on rotation with them, they are going to be at over 300k defense, which is pretty good. Obviously, Cold Judgment being a big factor, because 20% extra defense is really, really good. And I'm not sure. I think that is one of the links they will share with the Int Topo. I need to double check, because obviously I didn't pull him, so... if someone else knows that, if you did pull him, let me know in the comments. But obviously that's going to be one of their better links, especially as a support unit. Just getting that extra 20% defense is obviously going to be really, really useful overall for them not taking a ton of damage. So Dispo at a 2 million attack stat, that's pretty good. Remember, of course, he infinitely stacks attack even if he doesn't actually attack that turn, because his attack stacking is part of his passive and it just happens at the start of the turn. So pretty solid for him, and we'll get around onto this final turn just so we can see that big boy defensive stat, and then one final attack from the free-to-play KAHSERAL. So hopefully the two JIRENs can finish off Kale here, especially if we can actually get some crits. Come on, full power JIREN. Show me the crit. 5.34 million attack stat. Just show us that crit. Oh well, no crit needed apparently. It's got a pretty cool KO screen as well. So yeah. Who's next? Obviously Khalifa, of course, after KO. Alright, so the final turn for... Actually, yeah, let's put Topo in slot 1, because Topo raises the attack of allies with his super attack. So... and yeah, 341. Wow, okay. I knew we were going to be over 300, but yeah, that's quite a lot. So just by picking up 3 physical orbs, let's see how much health we get back. Yeah, it was over 10% of our HP that we got just from getting those orbs. So we'll go ahead here. Let Topo super attack first. This will be the biggest possible attacks that we can see from KAHSERAL. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Did you pull JIREN? Have you farmed up the KAHSERAL? Obviously, you're only really ever going to use him on a Universe 11 team, but he's a pretty decent support unit. 1.57, not terrible. So let me know what you guys think down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description. Feel free to join in the fun over there. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.